Alright everyone, it is another Honkai Star Rail Sunday, and we learned a lot in the last episode with with what was going on with the plot. We did confirm that the Titans appear to be on a secular basis of like they'll rule as Titans, and that's the history people know, and then they'll get corrupted, and then the new Flame Chasers will come and take over the position, kill the Titans, take over their positions, and then that's the next era that people are aware of. Because there's some kind of event that'll happen that may reset everybody's memories. We do need to remember that Fuli seems to be heavily present when dealing with these, so potentially that might have something to do with it. Currently, and then Castorice seems to be potentially the reincarnation of one of the siblings that had to sacrifice themselves in the last round of Titans for the death god Thanatos to be manifested, I guess. And Exagrius has promised Castorice that if she goes along with what he's planned, he can help her find the death god, and that is where she has set off, working with the Cypher, I believe, working with Cypher to find a lost city to try and find Thanatos, so that she can find our soul and save us before we run out of power, apparently. Alright, and then of course, very exciting for everyone, but Exagrius is here, and Dr. Ratio is finally having his first rerun after his initial release. It has been quite literally a year because of the fact that he was released on the first set of banner, or on the first anniversary like setup, as like a free 5-star gift, and he has not run since. So let us do an Exagrius' trial, and of course, as everyone knows, I have been saving for him, so we will be very excited to pull for him. And if anyone remembers, I do have guarantee. I'm trying to find my sticky note that I keep not replacing like I should. But I have guarantee. Multiple objects in this area. Okay.
Watch this magic trick.
Interesting.
Watch this magic trick.
Okay, so he doesn't destroy objects with his like AoE burst. Alright, what does it do then? Oh, it incites terror. Interesting. And then, of course, he is a wind unit from the Erudition path.
You deserve my attention.
Oh, we're getting his ult right off hand. Okay, let's see.
Look, the show has begun. With this divine power, I extract the world's purity to reforge all things! Insanity! To the soul!
You chose the wrong
His
enemy.
refreshes pretty fast, huh? Alright.
Commencing support.
We'll wait till everybody else gets there so that I can see what it is. Looks like fully charged up.
Expand your thinking.
Insanity! To the soul!
Let's settle this.
Enemy targets detected.
Is there a second wave? Yes, okay. I don't want to waste all their ults on the minions.
I don't have time for games. Open sesame.
Receive divinity.
Thank you. And I'll give you what you need.
Good light exchange. Okay,
I'll see you off. Eternal
we'll
sleep
use
is not
Locha's
the end.
debuff. Alright.
The dead will return.
It's so fun looking at
That
like
which is seized must be
early game
repaid.
ults for
data
5
secure.
stars.
Net markers activated.
Because they're
Time
not
for
much
good old
different from early
counterattack.
game 4-star ults, as shown by like this. Like, not much
Curiosity.
difference.
There's a dangerous thing.
While then, this is like a current late game ult.
Endless riddles. But the answer
It's like a whole.
is nothing but
There's
a
a lot
void.
more budget into them.
Look, the show has begun. With this divine power, I extract the world's purity to reforge all things!
Oh, that's cool.
Never seen perfection before? Expand your thinking. Watch it crumble.
And then I guess we can do Dr. Ratios just because it's been like ages since he was released. And then Dr. Ratios is like, he puts up these like his like statues,
For the theater of the mediocre.
and they have like this kind of AoE effect.
For the theater of the mediocre.
Dangerous thoughts.
Oh, hi, Robin.
Harmony and unison. Easy, Numby. Go, Numby!
You fool!
Spend freely. Watch your head.
Of course, in the
Let the
trial, it's
evaluation
got
begin.
like the majority of the crew.
Liquidation! It's okay, it's okay.
Your answers? Answer me. Fail.
All
Trying to get topazes to. There we go. Okay.
No dirty
No
tricks.
risk, high reward. Souls shall embrace. Tonight, the stars echo because of me.
The dice have been cast. Bust. Or maybe I'll take it all. Watch your head.
The market is unpredictable. Ah, right! Investing in victory means playing the long game!
SAS Perkibi. Knowledge is the measure of all things. It reveals truth and falsehood.
Whip it, Drift!
0 points. Fail.
I hit the mark.
I'm asking questions. A test.
The IPC crew. Eventually, it was coming up to me, and then also the fact that we just fought the IPC minions. Vaguely funny. So outside of obviously who you're pulling for, we have the Seal Slammer event, which I'm still not to. We are looking at that deadline with deep concern. And then there is the Star Rail anniversary event, which is like a tycoon game. And then they have reset Pure Fiction to include the Reaver, as you can see, average numbers per usual. And then there seems to be like a battle researcher event per usual that they do every once in a while. Not much different since the last time you saw me play this. On where I am, like at least with these levels. You can see I accidentally clicked a button with some of these. But yeah, so we are still in the 600s. And then we are actually almost through all the days. Like I have no idea what happens once you hit that day. So This is our current revenue production. I really wanted to max them out, but considering we only have 2 more weeks and I'm still stuck in the 600s and have been for a hot minute, I really don't think I'm gonna be able to max them out in those 2 weeks. There's not much else to show you all that I have done while away, before we get into the polls. The current level there, and then I was very excited to tell you all that I am fully done with Swarm Disaster. So I did my first run of Golden Gears for a hot minute, start working on it. I quite literally do not retain any remembery. I have any memory of like how to play this level. It has been literally so long since I played Golden Gears. So I'm having to like reteach this level to myself because I've been literally playing this for over a year straight, trying to unlock everything. So yeah, so now it is time for everybody's favorite part, gambling. We all take after our great gambler, and so guarantee currently on the character part of the event, because we lost a Gepard on Jiachao's banner rerun. We have 143 pulls, and our goal is of course Anaxagrius. Anaxagrius is Light Cone, and if we have any pulls left, we are going to go after Dr. Ratio's Light Cone because I lost the 50-50 on his original banner. But we're going to prioritize Anaxagrius first, and then we do have a couple standard wishes because I was saving them and not using them because I knew that they were going to change the standard banner characters. Though it looks like it may only count for here, that if you pull on the standard wish, because I don't see the change. So maybe if you're pulling on the standard banner, it doesn't count. It's only on limited banners that the invitation change counts. If that's true, maybe I should take off a character and swap it in with the other limited character. Anyway, so we are guaranteed. So Anaxagrius, we are at 3 pity currently. Does not look like he's going to come home in the teens, which is expected. You all don't mind if I just skip if it doesn't have a 5-star, huh? Ooh, Dan Hung. Nice. I didn't even pay attention. Who do we got? Dan Hung, Moza, and Serval. Let's check those real fast. I know I just got a Dan Hung, but I know I have only one Moza because of the fact that he gave everybody a run for his money.
We mustn't cling to the past.
Well, there we go. We got C6 Dan Hung. I'm pretty sure I have C6 Serval, or E6. I'm going to keep saying C6 until the end of time. Yep. And then I only have one of Moza. So, I guess we want Moza light cones because he's the only one I don't have C6'd. Now that we just got that last Dan Hung that I needed. Anyway, so next pull. Nope. Okay, so that was what, 13? And this is 23. That gives me some Serval. 33. Oh, hello. 43. The professor is not going to take pity on us and come home a little early. Oh my goodness. Okay, Serval. Well, if I needed Serval, I definitely would have had them maxed out by now. Goodness. What did I just say that is? 43? Okay, 53. Wish that had been Moza. Can you imagine? 63. Man, Moza's being as hard to capture as the first time around. 73. Dang. Ah, finally a Moza. Alright, since we've hit 73, I wonder if I should go down to single pulls to, like, try and conserve some of these pulls. It's fine. 83? Okay. Watch is gonna be 74, and I really should have conserved my pulls. Okay, it's not 74. 75, 76, 77, 78, 79, 80. And another Serval. Alright, he is leaving me at the exact same pity, no guarantee of course, as I had prior to pulling on his banner. Now the weapon banner, we're gonna have to check, because I literally have no idea what pity I'm on. I apparently have messed up my notes badly. I think it's 6, so it's very low pity. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, so it should be on the next one. 6. Yep. All right. We'll see how this goes. We only have 63 pulls, so... All right, this is 16. Really only, I think I have Sundays, so I think I have all of those already maxed out. 26. $36. Oh, hi Moza. 46. I mean, I'll take it, but like, why on the weapon banner? Because I didn't expect him to be there. 56. Oh. Okay, a little high. Okay, now we just gotta hope we win the 50-50. So let's see, 46, so this would be 47. 48, 49, 50, 51, 52, 53, 54. Ah, dang, 55. And we lost 50. Oh, that sucks. So... Well, we're guaranteed for our next one, but there's no... Well, we're currently at 12 with the guarantee, so we'll keep trying, but it does not look... like we have a high chance of getting both Dr. Ratio and Anaxagrius's light cones this time around. Okay, and then let's just throw some at the standard banner. Actually, that's a good question. When was the last... We'll have to look that one up. Lord only knows. Alright, what are these? 5? 10, 15, 20, 25, 30, 31, 32. Okay. Alright, we'll just throw some at the wall, see what we get. So that is 42. Oh, okay. $43, $44, $45, $46, $47, $48, $49, $50, $51. Oh, very last one. And it's Branya. Okay, so we're at 0 pity. Oh, did I only do one? I did not mean to only do one pull. Alright, so that puts us at 21 because I accidentally did one pull for no reason. Alrighty then. Well, on one hand,
The future of Belobog shines bright.
E2 Branya. On one hand, where is he? I got Anaxagrius. I did not imagine that, correct? Is he back here? Okay. It's like, where did he go? On one hand, we got Anaxagrius. On the other hand, it looks like I might have the same issue with the light cone where he just does not, like the other, like the Dr. Ratios where I just don't get his light cone.
Every shadow on the Yao Qing could be me.
Interesting. And then I'll leave updating my cards to a later time because I'll have to go through all the new ones I got. The only one that I will do now is... I forgot I bought this card the other time and did not enhance it. Woo! I do not need any more of this card because I now have the card fully maxed out. Yay! Alright, so that was our gambling for the day. Won some, we lost some. That is not where I meant to go. Here we go. Alright, so it is back to the main story quest. Where we are going to go to the gates, I believe, to find Cypher so she can take us to this, like, lost city.
It's still early.
So we can hopefully get our soul back. What? Why is there a stand here marker? What is this one for? This should be the place that Tribi mentioned, but you don't even see a glimpse of hair of that great soothsayer. Yet Akumas are so slothful. Has Kefli never taught you the virtue of punctuality in your labors? According to the School of Relative Cognition's first law of waiting, when you wait without purpose, the relative time your brain experience will experience a state of exponential increase. You decide to give your brain some exercise and pass the time. Remember who we're looking for, Kalis. I don't even... Nice answer. You managed to get yourself all dizzy. According to the second law of waiting, your perception of time will be accelerated to 99% the speed of light. Of course, the above was all made up by the School of Relative Cognition. Rather than waiting around, why not catch the early worm? Ask around for Pesthesia sightings. Ah, okay, it was just the random... random side quests. Citizens, we have seen it too. It was this Outlander. That my beloved boss man would exhibit such major mood swings, refusing to receive guests for days on end. It is the trickery of this Outlander. Slander. I only petted it lightly. Who knew your dromos would be so timid? Lightly, my dromas are sacred beasts blessed by Giorios. They are nigh priceless. Like Bossman here, it loses its appetite when it's frightened. Without food, it won't have the strength to carry people, and if it doesn't work, I'll lose that much more money in a day. And look at these beautiful scales. They are a little shabby, but when did this scratch appear? You must have done it with your grubby fingers. That was there to begin with. Stop making excuses. No one else touched it besides you that day. You will pay for my losses. That's not my problem. Those who have just arrived, worry not, for I shall reiterate the story once more. In recent times, Bossman has been unusually lazy. I noticed something amiss and personally stood guard by its cage. Guess who I caught red-handed? This Outlander. He would come here on time every day, get close to Bossman, and pinch it violently. My heart bleeds for its abuse. I was massaging it. I noticed something off with its behavior, surmising that it was overworked and wanted to ease its pain. An owner like you, working your beast of burden to the bone without a day off, even mountain dwellers would be hard-pressed to keep up. How we rear our livestock in Akuma will not be dictated by ignorant outlanders such as you. Are you disrespecting our customs? That's right, I don't know much about dromuses, but this outlander is overstepping its boundaries. Yeah, this one might even be another remnant of Zagreus' worshippers. Look at them sneaking about. Hear that? According to our laws, you now have two choices. Resolve this with compensation, or I'll see you in civil court. Huh? But I have no money. Don't blame me then. Where are the guards? It's time to earn your keep. Lord Leluder, such methods are a tad unreasonable, no? As the conflict gradually reaches breaking point, a geezer, and then I couldn't read it any further. And who are you? Just an ordinary geriatric Lord Leluder. I reckon you must have knowledge of the matter from your confident poise. I have a few questions regarding these pack beasts. Not only the dromuses, I also know my merchandise like the back of my hand. Ask away. As the guardian of these dromuses, what is most commonly known characteristic of Giorios? Need you even ask? It's earnest, hardship, tenacity, and a thick hide. Then, how should dromuses blessed by Giorios be manifested? In the same way, obviously. On this note, everyone may be asking a question. If this dromus here was blessed by a titan, how could such a tough creature have a scratch on its scales? I shall hazard a guess at this. When the city was attacked, the Mad King's kin wrought destruction along the streets, causing damage to many dromuses. The scars on its scales are a testament to its glory, but as a servant of the earth, mud covered its scar, preventing anyone from noticing. Till that gentleman gave it a massage, causing the mud on its scales to be kneaded off, and thus was the scar revealed. Ha! How ludicrous. You think your outrageous rhetoric will acquit him of having to compensate me? If you didn't like that, there are other theories as well, that this dromos wasn't blessed at all and is just unusually frail. Or the scar wasn't even made by this gentleman to begin with. I believe Lord Lulier is most aware of the truth. You are free to choose your explanation, no matter which one it may be. Hugh, fine, I'm not pursuing this matter today. Just don't let me catch the Outlander doing anything funny. The conflict was resolved way too quickly. The crowd is engrossed in gossipy discourse, some lauding the geezer's glibness, others sorry to see the drama end so soon. Mister, thank you so much. All right, you run along quickly. Don't give anyone else a reason to speak ill of you, even if you did do nothing wrong. The flustered Outlander expresses profuse appreciation. Don't be in such a hurry to leave, young friend. I still have something to say. My name is Castorice. I was like, that's not how you spell Socrates. Castorice, the most witless geezer in Akuma and a most devoted seeker of knowledge. I have heard of you, warrior from the Outlands. You also appear to be involved in the problems plaguing the holy city. Yes. As you can see, Outlanders are gradually becoming less welcome here. You are also an Outlander, but you have fought side by side with the Chrysosairs, proven your courage and hailed as an esteemed guest. Not all are so lucky. This former Eternal City has always been generous in opening its doors to outsiders, but as the black tide encroaches, the goodwill in people's hearts may slowly give way to misgivings. It is a long story. We should look for a place to speak about this more comfortably. How about Memorial Palace's baths? I'm a privileged patron there. If you don't mind, I'll go run up a bath first. You can take a look around. The citizens are still mulling over what just happened. You might just hear something of interest. Again, another side quest that I have gotten. I am attempting to get to you, Cypher, I swear.
Bright and sunny. Just the weather for farewells.
You're here?
Of course I'm here. This pertains to me tremendously.
Totally. The trio team is the best set up to reach the finals. No need, I already told her. She's fine with it. You sure know how to put me in a spot, Castorice. I need to travel with you, but I can't touch you. What a bother.
Sorry.
Oh, I was just teasing. Don't take it to heart. Did you know that the legends say you have to put an obol into the mouth of the dead or over their eyes if you want them to successfully cross the River of Souls and enter the Netherrealm? That's the fairy fare for entering the Netherrealm. However, I honestly won't ask you to pay this time. I'll pay. And then we'll just have to go through the motions.
Don't worry. It's not a lot.
All right, pass me the coin. It's time to get the gods' powers going. A fleet-footed trip to the Netherrealm. Here we come. Oh, one last thing before we go. I gotta give you this piece of advice. Especially to you, Princess Homebody. You can't catch the wind by waiting. You only live once. So make the most of every moment you have. Get ready. Be steady. Hi, your turn. Don't be nervous. After all, it'll be gone in the blink of an eye. All done. Bye-bye.
Okay, that was fun.
Are you feeling all right? She's the demigod of trickery. When she flips the coin of whimsy into the air, she gains incredible speed that lets her travel anywhere in an instant. Just like how she clearly had no intention of lingering here for even a second longer. We can only depend on ourselves for the rest of the way.
How exactly are we supposed to get back, is my question.
Don't worry. Mem's here to help.
Being cute isn't my only forte. I'm strong, too.
This is Styxia, the city of dragons and waves. Anaxa hypothesizes that the missing Thanatos is somewhere in these ruins. This is the land of their birth. Or perhaps of their death. Anaxa had used a secret alchemical art to temporarily fuse his soul with Circe's and Kephae. And when he was on the verge of death, he was pulled by Thanatos and caught a glimpse of the flowing river of souls. This alchemy, considered a sacrilegious act, might actually make the souls of mortals and titans attract each other. Even though Thanatos has been missing for 1,000 years, and even their followers haven't been able to find them, Perhaps that special attraction could summon them here.
Oh, so are we going to use that Philosopher's Stone to conjure the Titan?
I guess that's the only way. The only leads we have now are the name of this city and the fairy tale about the dragon.
Thanatos is even more mysterious than I am.
Indeed. Even one as erudite as Anaxa could only point us to this place, and no further. We will be entering the unknown as soon as we take our first steps. But that won't be the first time in my long journeys. I believe that, rather than standing still, taking action is by far the better option. Perhaps fate might take pity on us today and show some compassion.
Cruel night oppresses unfortunate mortals. Oh yeah, by the way, I have an achievement. That was something I forgot about. Death once hid in the city-state of Dragon and Waves. Doesn't it say once, meaning they're not going to be here? Yeah, so we got stars. After the Star Crusher Swarm King unleashes Carapace of Nurture Disaster, inflict weakness spray on it. But yeah, since it said death once hid here, doesn't that mean that death's not here anymore? I didn't mean to go back.
It's still early. Where to now?
I was trying to click the... Oh my god. Okay. This time, let's not... There we go. Thanatos, the Hand of Shadow, Bearer of Fate, Steersman of Souls. We pray you stay far from us to make the dying of a person a blessing. Unending and eternal dream. Oh, ferryman of the river of souls, where are you? Insects devour my fingers, wild grass creeps up my back, and yet the bell's chimes cannot summon you, as they have long since fallen silent in my decaying ears.
Ta!
Go back whence you came. Go back. Ahead lies the realm of the dead.
Different cultures depict netherrealm messengers in different ways. For Thanatos, they take the form of butterflies, suggesting that the place where the deceased head is a sea of flowers. Beauty within a box. I'm just trying to dodge that thing.
Ha!
What a beautiful butterfly. Is it talking to us?
This is a eulogistic butterfly. They are found in places where many have met their demise. In Idonia, some think of them as manifestations of Thanatos' benevolence. By turning the lingering obsessions of the deceased into these creatures, it is as if the Titan has made life into a specimen. Others think of them as Thanatos' messengers that guide the departed to the nether realm.
The second theory sounds more believable. After all, the things they're saying are rather, direct.
Perhaps. But the fact that we're able to hear their whispers proves that we're fast approaching the realm of the dead.
Oh yeah, let's look what the map looks like. Okay, is this all of the map? Okay, interesting. Not super huge.
These shadowy figures. Are they illusions reflected by the River of Souls?
Okay, I just wanted to make sure that there was no listen button for...
Mommy told us to go ahead first, but she's still not here yet. 1, 2, 3. I don't even know how many days have passed since then. Perhaps Mommy will be back once you finish counting the days
reflections in the River of Souls, they seem oddly animated.
But, Master, did that lady really lie to us? The Centurion personally instructed us to inlay the inscription into his shield, but now she's taken it away.
My child, that shield can never be cast, and there's no need for it anymore. Come, child. What is the name of that Centurion again? Actually, never mind. Forget I said that. I'll wait with you for her to come back. When that happens, you'll be able to keep making shields.
Don't be afraid, pal. Let's open our eyes wide, together.
Has anyone ever looked upon the intertwining moon phases, trying to glimpse the future foretold by Orynyx? The twin moons are broken mirrors of the sun. Within them we see only reflections of ourselves. Perhaps Aquila has already seen through the absurdity of it all.
Do you want to buy any fish?
Huh? He can see us?
Wait. More living people. I'm not selling my fish to living people. You lot are too shameless. Buying fish without paying. If I ever see her again, I will...
Could it be that you're all dead souls that never achieved rest?
The nether realm does not exist. Titan rejects you. Me.
So, do you want to buy any fish?
But there aren't any fish nearby.
Other fish gone. The people are gone too. I can only keep selling fish. So, do you want to buy any fish?
Apologies. I don't have much in the way of savings, but perhaps there's another way for me to release you from your suffering. Please relax. May you fall asleep peacefully amid a gentle field of flowers.
This...
I knew it. These people aren't illusions. They're the souls of the deceased. They're supposed to reach the end of the West Wind by floating down the River of Souls. Yet, they have floundered upon the shoals of the stream, unable to move forward. Did Thanatos reject them? Or perhaps they didn't really die at all? I have no idea. This circumstance is completely unprecedented. Hang on. Didn't he say more living people? So that means he's seen other members of the living apart from us. Could it be that these souls are stuck here due to someone's deceit?
If something is done out of goodwill, are you really gonna call it deceit?
Goodwill? I can't see anything good out of... Wait a minute. Lady Cypher?
That's me.
Could it be that you are the living being that those souls met?
I couldn't take their behavior anymore. So I stole some things here and made up some lies there. Just trying to give them something to look forward to, you know?
It's because of vile living creatures like you that we're being misunderstood by all of them.
What else am I supposed to do? You can see the mess this place is in. These poor souls are denied by the Netherrealm. So now they're stuck in a few brief moments of their life. unable to move forward or back. Did you see those two blacksmiths on the way? They've been here for as long as the sun's been around, wailing over and over about casting a shield. Styxia is so freaky.
Then why have you come back, Lady Cypher?
Hey, I'm not here to aid your adventure. I hate water more than anything else in this world. Especially that stinky river of souls. But, I just discovered some stuff before I left. And I reckon you should know about it. It's about that boy who defied death. I found traces of him here.
Is boy referring to us, or is that referring to, Mydei?
Lord Mydei?
Oh, right! That's his name. Well, now you know. As for whether that info is actually useful, that's for you lot to figure out. So long, Princess Homebody. So long, Grey Mystery.
Huh? She disappeared just like that?
Lady Cypher has always been a free spirit. In any case, she has brought us some valuable information. If Lord Mydei is also somewhere along the river shoals right now, then he will certainly become our signpost. After all, he's different from those wandering souls. He will find his way, even in the realm of the dead.
Well, I mean, Mydei was cast in here and then was rejected by Thanatos, and then the souls that we just talked to stated that they were rejected by the Titan. And so, couldn't Mydei kind of very similarly be in the same situation as us? And so, you know what I mean?
Don't worry. It's time for me to shine. Ornyx's rune of recollection is nearby. Use prayers to return the river to before it got flooded.
Puzzle time.
Hey, over here!
I get it. I'm just messing around. I see a coin of whimsy in that cutscene. Right there. Spot-like effect.
Ornyx's miracle has appeared.
Amazing! It's like we're inside a giant bubble. Even the river got parted.
That's nifty. Do I have to worry about a timer?
Ha!
Oh, which way is the correct way? That looks like it's the correct way, so we will go this way instead. Oh, interesting. Alright, 7, and we need them to be on the button at the end so that you can get through this. So if we go 1, it'll drop us down. 2, 3, 4, 5, or 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. No. 1, 2, 1, 2, no. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, no. 6, 7. But if I'm pressing this button, it'll drop down on top of me. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Oh. Oh. A fool. Okay. Wait, no, I had it right. I just was dumb and pressed the button wrong. There we go. The button. We still keep getting those, and I still have yet to... Okay. I guess we'll have to come back over here once we've flipped over to get that treasure chest.
Huh. So this path actually didn't exist back then?
There are wandering souls of the deceased here as well. We must first return to the present before we can communicate with them.
Looks good. Is that all?
Ooh. Don't want to get too far away.
Ah, by the looks of it, you must be the foreign warriors that the Queen had mentioned, right? Since the current campaign requires the utmost care, I wasn't able to make time to welcome all of you. Please, forgive me.
Foreign warriors?
A priestess, a warrior, and a divine beast. You look identical to the blessed saviors that the Queen described.
A campaign? Who are you campaigning against?
Nobody knows. As of now, of the scouts that went ahead, only one has managed to return. He says that the land ahead is a forbidden land that should not be approached, as it is the doorway between the netherworld and the mortal realm. As for the rest of the scouts, they've completely lost their souls and are decaying by the day. While there is still dissension within the city, the scholars agree that this calamity was so unprecedented that it needed to be given a new designation.
An unprecedented calamity. Could it be death?
It seems that you have indeed heard about this. Well, death is just one of the possibilities. It's too early to come to a definitive conclusion.
A world that has never seen death. Looks like these people lived in the era Chrysia before the Calamity Titans descended upon the land. May I ask, where is the scout who managed to come back?
Though he returned to Styxia, he only had enough left in him to last no more than half a day. However, it was his intel that convinced us to rally together. He said that he witnessed the demonic specter of an evil dragon at that treacherous land. The apparition opened its giant maw and devoured everything in sight, and thus brought Styxia, that thing called death.
Styxia. An evil dragon that brings death.
It all sounds rather familiar. Wait, wasn't this part of that fable?
Sir, could I ask how the Queen and Princess are doing?
The Queen? By the looks of it, you must be the foreign warriors that the Queen had mentioned, right?
Oh, it's the same lines. Looks like he's still trapped in the moments before his death.
Leave it to me. Sir, the war ended long ago. Styxia no longer exists.
Styxia is no more? This cannot stand! Newcomers, hurry up and go take your positions!
Oh, looks like it's difficult for this gentleman to accept reality.
Sir, I am the Maiden of War, sent here by the Queen herself. If you accept my blessing, then today's battle will be smooth sailing.
Maiden of War? I've never heard of this. There's little time to waste. Please don't take too long.
Don't worry. I'm typically unwilling to prolong such a moment.
Is it over? Have we won?
Cass! Oh, are you alright?
I'm fine. I just didn't expect that I would still have to embalm others, even in the realm of the dead. Is this a remnant of his soul?
Well then, why should I place my trust in you, holy maiden from afar?
Wait, this is... I don't quite understand what you're trying to say.
Since the prophecy has already pronounced your name as Chrysos' heir of death, Arkema ought to treat you as an esteemed guest. However, you seem to have no intentions of concealing your involvement with the Council of Elders, while most likely being aware of my issues against them.
I cannot deny your claim. It was the council that offered this room to me, and they had only one request. They want the curse of death to be completely subjugated to your will. I was agreeable to that request.
But why?
I am unable to rid myself of this innate curse. However, from this day onward, I shall use it according to your will. I will never make any superfluous moves on my own.
I see. So that is how they plan to control the Flame Chase journey. They have shifted the heavy responsibility of granting death over to me. If I ever become obsessed with executing people, they will then have ample reason to terminate the Chrysos heir's journey.
And yet, you seem to not mind.
That's because the fate that we were born with is a burden far heavier than that of an individual's life. I've woven many unforeseen events into the tapestry of fate. This is but one instance. Tidy up your precious garments and come with me. Arkema welcomes you, Castorice.
You seem to hear a sigh of contentment as if it comes from the mouth of some colossal being. Then the scenes that passed abruptly dissipate.
I didn't think we'd find vestiges of memory here. Maybe they've got something to do with Orynyx's rune?
Perhaps. But I do not need a reminder from them. This memory is one that I will never forget. Indeed. While my relationship with the Council has always been quite ambiguous, Lady Aglaya has never taken any precautions against me. Instead, she's shown me nothing but complete trust. I really want to repay her for that trust, but why would this memory appear right now? Is this really Orynyx's power?
So the entire point of this area seems to be like an area for people to wait and kind of like accept the fact that they're dead. I wonder if Castorice is also kind of dead, and so she needs like the reminder as well that she is that she needs to like accept and move on kind of deal. Like, you know how people see, or like, you know how people see the
Could these dead monsters actually be?
If Lady Cypher is to be believed, this could be the handiwork of Lord Mydei. He's still fighting against the Black Tide, even in the Netherrealm.
Oh my gosh, if I can speak, that you know how people see their light flash before their eyes before they die? I wonder if that's like also could be a thing. See if I can squeeze past them without setting them off. Ooh. Oh, okay. Interesting. Oh, okay. I was like, how do these fit together? I know how they fit together. Like that. Oh, and there's a hand of Zagreus up there. There's a coin. There was a coin down where we started too. Oh my gosh, where was the activator? Running around like a chicken with my head cut off. There it is. Okay. It's right here. Can I punch them? Perfect. Wanted to not have to deal with that. I remember there was a coin. Where was it? Okay, we got the coin that was there. I swear it was like over here. So they are invincible. Alright, we'll disengage for now. And I think I've gone everywhere I currently am able to, so...
Why are the Black Tide monsters here too? Can they swim in the River of Souls?
Even Thanatos wouldn't be able to accept Black Tide monsters into their realm. These traces seem to suggest that anybody who trespasses upon death will pay a heavy price. Since the realm of the dead must remain peaceful, it's imperative that we rid the place of such discordant noise. Please stay back. Let me deal with these enemies.
I've heard the call. Serenity is before me.
Show no mercy.
Little catch up. Dreams do come true. All in. Bust. Or maybe I'll take it all. Watch your head. Let the show begin. Tormented doubt, farewell. I will watch over you and guide you on your path.
Conflict is pitiless. Show no mercy.
Reach the end of the story in your own way.
The path ahead is blocked by the River of Souls again.
In that case, let's go back to the past. This miracle sure is handy.
This is yet another aspect of a Titan's divine power.
This one's new.
Catch up. Serenity is before me.
Here is thunder.
All in. Let's improvise. Let the
I
show
see
begin.
that I am not built well to fight this one.
Watch your head. Tormented doubt, farewell. I will watch over you and guide you on your path.
Show no mercy.
Dang, I'm doing like no damage to this guy, huh?
Bust. Or maybe.
Retreat. And then I think I can put Castorice on my team temporarily. Oh, darn, I thought I would get her as a trial character since she's hanging out with us. Where are we? Alright, we will have to get another team and go do that.
The path ahead is blocked by the River of Souls again.
In that case, let's go back to the past. This miracle sure is handy.
This is yet another aspect of a Titan's divine power.
If Dan Heng was around, he'd definitely be able to raise the waters of the River of Souls into the sky.
If Lady Hycelens was still alive, I think she might be able to do that too.
Okay, Mim, you shouldn't know that. This further cements my idea that Mim is March 7th or an aspect of March 7th, because Mim should not know that. Alright, so we need it to eventually land on the blue one. And if we go 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, that's one short. Whereas 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. So that doesn't work either. Okay, so we need to drop it through one of these probably. 1, 2, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. So probably need to drop it through this one then. So 1, 2. 3, 4, 5, 6, no, 7. Because I need it to be like 8. Because if it goes 1, 2, 3, 4, drops down, 5, 6, 7. So I do need to drop it here. 4 would drop down. 5, 6, 7. There we go.
Looks good.
Okay, and then there's nothing there, so let's pick this guy back up.
You seem to be able to discern both the past and the future.
Why isn't there a god yelling in the distance? Indeed, my downtrodden fellow, your sorrow and joy are but means for me to amuse myself. I will at least derive some comfort. If all the tears that I had shed were determined by some mightier being above...
It's... you people.
Well, Castorice seems to know them.
Oh, this place must have been a beautiful courtyard in the past.
Like, I was like, oh, it doesn't look like a very big map. But that's probably because it is just a giant puzzle map. So, makes sense why it's not very big, because it's just a giant puzzle. Oh, one of the dressmakers. Or the garment makers. You remember Castorice once spoke of the origins of the Eulistic butterflies. Some believe them to be final obsession of all the deceased, others believe them to be Thanatos' messengers. They're always found in places where many have met their demise. Lost human, if you can say one last thing before leaving this world, what would it be? I'm going to do a deep EP. Oh god. I want to live 500 more years. Farewell, Honkar Star Rail. I left my Trailblaze legacy. Farewell. I still recall the last words of some of the deceased if you're curious. Interesting.
Please excuse me. I am but a scholar from a distant land who had the misfortune of falling into the River of Souls and turned into a member of the dead.
Yeah.
Huh? This one seems to know that she's already dead.
Oh, I was merely speculating. But it seems I was right. And you... I recognize you. You're the Holy Maiden of Death from Idonia.
I'm sorry. I cannot bring you back to life. However, should you desire it, I can end your prolonged limbo.
I'm well aware of that. Even if you were able to revive me, I would never choose that option. That's because I didn't fall into the River of Souls by accident. Instead, I leaped into it to seek my death.
Why?
If you could see the life I've led, then you would not reproach me so. My life was far too miserable, but I did not expect things to stay the same even in death. What a joke. In escaping my mortal life, I've entered a millennium of pain instead. Circe's above. What cowards humans are. For we fear both life and death simultaneously.
I'm sorry. I'm also powerless to answer that question.
That's all right, Holy Maiden. At least you are able to respond to me. Please, grant me death, Circe's above. Does this count as thinking till the moment I die?
I have seen too many farewells. Her distress is quite commonplace. There are those who will end their lives over what seems to be the smallest of worries. For some people, this power that I possess is a blessing rather than a curse. But I never managed to convince myself of that.
Cass, are you still trying to create a world without death?
Yes, because when placed under time's vast scales, there is no worry in this world that cannot be solved. This is a wish that I've held for almost a millennium. My mind might have changed once upon a time, if people manage to strike up a friendship with me, but I've never been more firm in my conviction. Now that I've learned about your near-death state, it is my duty to wipe death from the face of this world.
Okay, so we are going up there, so let's pop down to here. Even here? I have to deal with you even in the land of the dead? How annoying.
Farewell.
Conflict is pitiless.
Let's improvise. Serenity is before me.
Here is thunder.
Let the show begin. Watch over you and guide you on your path.
You all saw that I had like
show no mercy.
So many stars in that
Poetentate, farewell.
Conflict
in
is
like
pitiless.
a different, oh god, what are they called? The Apocalyptica events or whatever. I was like, man, I don't have any ice characters. I completely forgot that the Trailblazer has an ice form now. I should go back and do that again.
Is that all?
Oh.
Was that it?
It's still the same wall. No dirty all in. Serenity is before me. I will watch over you and guide you on your path.
Show no mercy.
Catch up. Watch your head. Bust. Or maybe I'll take it all. All in.
Dragon bone. Interesting. Darn, I was hoping to get past them.
Was that it? Was that it?
Watch your head. Poetentate, farewell.
Conflict is pitiless. Show no mercy.
Let the show begin. All in. Watch you on your path. Watch your head. Bust. Or maybe I'll take it off. Serenity is before me.
Hear this thunder!
Still the same one. Torment and doubt, farewell.
Conflict is pitiless! Show no mercy.
Let the show begin!
Anyway. Alright, so usually we can interact with these with like no obvious mechanisms can be found nearby. Yeah, because usually those are like you have to use the time thing to move them. Maybe I should change to ice since this whole area seems to be more geared towards it.
Wow, this place is so spacious. Is this the kingdom's vault? That's fine and all, but we need to lay down some rules. We're not gonna return to the past to steal things. Do we need to enter that doorway to climb even higher? There seems to be a person. Oh, more like a soul guarding it.
But how should we get up there? The path is blocked yet again.
Oryx's 8 always appears in times like this. How convenient. Look, there's even a platform lift over there.
Because, yeah, usually you can break those. It doesn't look like there's any need to reset it.
A chest of the past has been left behind, but none of its treasures remain inside.
Is that all?
Okay, so we need 8 to be able to get this. So if we just do... Well, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Okay. 1, 2, no. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. No. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. 1, 2. Well, actually, I only need it to be over the button long enough for me to get up here. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Okay. Or I could figure out how to do it properly immediately. I'm assuming we're probably going back up.
Looks good.
Wait! What if the miracle suddenly loses its effect?
Mem, do you really want me to answer that?
Oh, he looks alive again. Interesting.
So that's how it works. Is that all? Looks good.
I was like, I thought I saw a second option.
match for me.
Ooh. Ah! I guess I ultimately was not gonna escape. There were no blind spots.
Watch over you and guide you on your path.
Here is thunder!
It's of no consequence. Serenity is before me.
Conflict is pitiless! Show no mercy.
Reach the end of the story in your own way. Great. The more the better.
Stay back. Don't come any closer.
Okay, I can't talk to him if he's in his more living appearance.
Don't come near me!
Huh? Why does he look so panicked? Did the black tide monsters frighten him? Or is he actually scared of his own extraordinary power?
There's no need to be alarmed. We're just passing by the area. See? None of us look threatening.
You have a point. Although, while this might once have been the royal vault, it's since been plundered empty. So please go away right this instant.
You've misunderstood us. We simply heard your shouts as we were passing by, then decided to come over to find out what happened.
My goodness. Did I really yell out loud? How rude of me. I'm sorry to have bothered you. I merely saw a warrior. While that spirit didn't harm me, his blows really packed a hefty punch.
Mydei.
A warrior? Could it be?
Wait a minute. You seem to be quite different from him. Are you actually alive? How can you walk around here while alive?
It's a long story. We're here to seek an audience with Thanatos.
Thanatos? Who's that?
Is it possible that he's also living in the era before death descended?
Death? Could it be that you are here to defeat the evil dragon Pollux?
Pollux? Is that the embodiment of No. Death?
According to the warriors under the Centurion's command, that evil dragon has been dead for quite a while. The curse that condemns people to death didn't originate from it, but they saw a girl within the dragon's embrace, and she is the true Reaper.
Pray tell, Where is that girl right now?
I've heard that the Queen spared no effort in bringing her back to the castle. Her Majesty intends to control all of Amphorius with this unprecedented power. As for whether this rumor is true, well, no one knows.
Interesting, because in the fable it was like her daughter, and she brought her back to life because she so wished to keep her daughter alive. But then here it sounds like, oh, this her daughter has become the embodiment of death, and she intends to use death as a weapon, which, once again, if we're pulling the whole like cycles, stretch, the cycles thing, that's what the council wants to do now, is they want to cage death and then use it as essentially a means of power.
You have my thanks for the invaluable insight that you've given us. Please, treat this touch as a token of my gratitude.
You... Are you... Thank you.
This is his.
Is it his?
Granted him death.
Or is it your memories again?
That isn't like you. You would have refused, even if I commanded you to do so.
I don't know. I did it out of sympathy, believing that I wouldn't be racked with agony, but I am still in a state of turmoil.
Sympathy? Sympathy for that youth who triumphed in every battle?
That young man was favored by Talantin, who taught him a move that will defeat any mortal enemy with a single blow and emerge victorious every time. He could rely on that move to always achieve victory during Era Chrysia. However, now that death has descended upon the mortal realm, that divine swordplay also means he can send others to death at will. In other words...
You feel that he's similar to you?
Yes. Since he can never be inferior to others in martial combat, death would be the inevitable outcome every time he strikes. That's why he approached me and pleaded. Pleaded for me to put an end to all of this.
You are perhaps feeling lost from making your peace with death in so abrupt a manner.
I have not made peace with death. I've seen the people of Idonia stand tall and proud in the face of death. Even before the fated finale arrived, they were already content with the lives that they'd lived. They had such proud expressions. Expressions that made me believe death would be an insult to these mortals if the concept is truly a power that a god had carelessly cast down upon the world. Perhaps death's authority was never meant to exist in this world. Just like how I shouldn't exist.
I won't refute your beliefs for now. But would you be interested in listening to a story of mine? It's a fairy tale from foreign lands, told by the person who brought you to me in that ice field long ago. A tale told by the Queen of Styxia.
What? Wait a minute. That means the girl born in the dragon's embrace, the personification of death these souls talked about. That's you, Cass?
I've already had an inkling for a while now. But I honestly have no memories of Styxia. My memories only begin after Aminet brought me to Idonia.
Interesting.
Don't look back. Keep moving forward. Always.
It's yet another eulogistic butterfly. we getting closer to the Netherrealm?
Even if that girl is evil, there's no reason for you to absolve that monster. It was the both of them, who trapped us in this crevice between life and death.
Don't be scared. They haven't noticed us at all.
So now that we know Cass is very, very old, I wonder, because like the sister kept being like, Polixia I think, kept being like, oh, I can't sacrifice my, like what if I at the very end am unable to sacrifice my sister, or like to do what needs to be done, and like they kept talking about like the alchemy bringing someone back. I feel, and the fact that Castorice very obviously looks exactly like her, and then this confirmation that Cass was born from the dragon, just like in the fable, where with alchemy they remade the person that the queen quote unquote loved, but it brought like death and the black tide upon the land. I imagine what happened is Polixia was unable to commit, and so she brought Castorice back to life, using that alchemy like in the fable. And potentially that is what started the beginning of the black tide. Like maybe she brought Castorice back to life with the Stellaron, maybe. It's interesting that my game is lagging so hard in this section.
Oh, this is...
Living ones?
Who?
Could you be the scions of Styxia? Did you hear about the great work that I'm doing here? And have thus arrived to give me the last material that I need for transmutation?
Great work?
Have you heard of the great name of Pollux, perchance? You have? Then that's good. During the age of myth, a time likely before your birth, I was the unsurpassed zenith of alchemy that none could reach. On the shoals of the River of Souls, I shall make Pollux soar again and bring death back to the world.
But didn't that dragon already bring death to the world?
Oh? Looks like you don't know the whole picture. Well, it's true that the missing girl can grant death to mortals. Pollux, the one who delivered her onto this world, makes it so that humankind cannot die.
So, it's just as I feared. This is my guess. The deceased are supposed to drift down the River of Souls until they reach the end of the West Winds. But this River of Souls was blocked by Pollux's fall.
That's right. That's why it's imperative that I bring the dragon back to the mortal realm and make it soar the skies again. I have long since prepared my alchemical matrix in the tower, although I am still missing the most crucial material of all. That final ingredient, the final sacrifice, is none other than the girl who lives out her days with death.
Huh? What's going on? You didn't touch him, did you?
I know that I am no longer capable of carrying out that task. Take this, all of you, and please, fulfill that great undertaking on my behalf.
This. We had been inebriated in Fagusa's feast too long before we began to seek divine bestowed death, so that we could be freed from the whims of fate. However, that brought doom upon us. Instead of summoning a supreme god, we encountered a monster that cut off the River of Souls. That detestable dragon Pollux denied all the dead from the gates of the Nether Realm. Unable to rest in peace, these departed spirits engulfed Styxia like a roaring tide. As a result, my city and its people no longer exist. That child is the only person whom I managed to save. Born within the evil dragon's abdomen, she has possessed the talent of death since her birth. She must have been granted to us by the gods as a chance for us to atone for our sins. Please, you must nurture her to adulthood and prevent her from experiencing all of the suffering that we went through. I promise that I will care for her as a mother, that I will protect her from the evils of death.
By Fagusa above, thank you for your kindness.
As her mother, please bless this child with a name. Before I am swept away by the River of Souls, please let me know how I should address her in my next life. Oh, like how a transient raven butterfly, a fleeting Papilio castor, perches on the twig of death. Castorice. That shall be her name.
That's where my name comes from?
A massive roar in the distance.
The sound's back. What is making that ruckus?
Living ones, don't waste your time bickering. The Netherrealm's wrath is falling upon you.
Black Tide creations. When did they, Mister? Please fight them with caution.
Be careful not to suffer the same fate as those Black Tide creatures!
Everyone, hide behind me!
Trinity is before me. I will watch over you and guide you on your path.
Hear this thunder! Show no mercy.
There's so many of them. How are we holding up?
Pretty good, I'd say.
Trial is fitting. Tormented doubt, farewell.
Conflict is pitiless. Show no mercy.
Serenity is before me.
Hear this thunder.
Bust. Or maybe I'll take it all.
Here. For the feast of strife. Upon their triumphant return.
Oh, hey, Mydei. Oh, okay. So back to my original thought being like, oh, if Mydei was rejected from death and his body can't die, is it similar to our situation where his soul is wandering around?
Lord Mydei? Lord Mydei, you've been through some tough battles once again.
That black tide is endless. My death is only temporary. I will find my
continue my protection.
Lord Mydei, I have always wanted to. Why does death reject you?
I'm the one resisting it. I must resist the temptation to go with the flow. I'll go against the current and kill my way out of this cursed nether realm. That is my destiny.
It seems like he's completely focused on resisting the temptation of the dead's whispers. He's working hard every minute to deny death. It seems his battlefield is not limited to the world of the living. Lord Mydei, are you willing to travel with us? We're headed for the Matrix inside that tower to summon Thanatos from their prolonged concealment.
Thanatos challenge. Death.
That's right. If we can work together and defeat them, you won't have to be troubled by the curse of immortality any longer.
Let's go together, Castorice. Let the person who has brushed against death countless times guide your way.
Cass, are you sure you want to do this? The alchemist said he wanted you to be a sacrifice.
I'm not afraid. There's no reason for us to turn back anymore.
Which, again, with the cycle, is the same thing that happened with the prior twins, as she was the sacrifice, or the one that looked like Castorice, and then the other one took on Death's mantle.
Rather than standing still, taking action is by far the better option. Perhaps fate might take pity on us today and show some compassion.
Does not look like I'm going to be able to get
Guide
this
you on
stuff
your
without
path.
defeating it, so let's just get that over with.
Tormented doubt, farewell.
Conflict is pitiless. Show no mercy. Here is thunder.
Serenity is before me.
Conflict is pitiless.
No dirty tricks, alright?
Show no mercy.
Reach the end of the story in your own way.
Okay. So that's interesting. It's not that Death is rejecting him, but he's rejecting Death and, like, fighting his way back out of the nether realm each time he quote-unquote dies. That's nifty. Okay, and I'm assuming that's where we're going. Before you are rusted and broken chains, remnants of a path that once led to the tower.
This is going to be difficult.
I'm familiar with this kind of mechanism, but I've never repaired broken chains.
If I was more powerful, I would be able to carry one person with each limb and fly the four of us to the other side. The Rune of Recollection is here, but I can't find a miracle orb anywhere. So weird. Oh, could it be in that collapsed tower in the distance? It's still up to me to step up in a crisis. Wait here. I'll go check things out. Just shout for me when you need my help. Got it. Just leave it to me.
Mem did it.
The pink squirrel is very smart.
Why am I a squirrel now?
The miracle's range is limited. Please come a little closer.
Oh, that's so cool looking, the background.
Aren't I a good fit for Ornyx's priest?
Of course. You're the most competent priest ever.
Rip to anyone coming after us, considering the fact that we have the orb up here. Let's see. Oh god, it keeps spinning me around. Alright.
The alchemical matrix should be behind this door. Is that...
Interesting. Do the Chrysos heirs, especially the ones who have gone under deification, are their souls gold? Because that's obviously, Trian?
Wow, there are so many of you! It's little Cass and little Grape. Oh, there's also little D and the pink puppy! Trian? Aren't you... Get what? I'm getting even more confused.
This is the first time I've encountered a deceased friend while going upstream in the River of Souls.
It really works like this. Just like the other departed spirits we've encountered along the way. I'm also unable to sense the aura of the living on Lady Trian.
Yup, you're right. Trian already knows that she'll not be able to return to everyone's side, but Trian believed that little Cass would eventually return to the Netherrealm. So, Trian has been standing here, at this spot closest to the world of the living, and waiting for little Cass.
Oh, it must have been very tough for you.
But according to what Trian said, we're almost at the entrance of the Netherrealm. Trian promised Trevi and Trinan that when little Cass got here, Trian would get the gift ready and be the first person to run over and welcome you. So, little Cass, don't cry. Please, accept this. We finally finished it.
This is what Lady Trevi once mentioned. The gift for me. That you didn't manage to finish.
The Holy Maiden of Yanis. Even when separated by life and death, their thoughts are still connected.
Trian spent a lot of time drawing this. Trian hopes that little Cass likes it.
Seriously, it's seriously a wonderful drawing. Lady Trian.
This is our flame chase journey.
Little Cass, we don't know what your journey was like before. Treeby has always said that it must have been a very harsh and frightening journey, but little Cass no longer has anything to fear now, because everyone is here with you in this flame-chased journey!
That's right. Only now, when I see Lady Trian's gift, do I realize that I've already obtained so many things I would never have dared to dream of since I embarked on the flame chase journey. It's the first time I've gained so many companions. The first time I picked up the hobbies of crafting and photography. The first time I had dinner with someone else. The first time I went to the market to buy the Chimera doll I'd liked for a very long time and hugged it to sleep.
We better get this drawing as an item that we can put in our room after this. I want to hang this on my wall immediately.
The first time I wore a dress personally made by Lady Aglaya. The first time I went for a walk with Lady Treeby, Lady Trian, and Lady Trinan. The first time I enjoyed the night breeze and looked up at the stars with Miss Hyacin. The first time I took care of Dromesis with the Trailblazer. Looking back at all these experiences I never thought were possible, it feels as though the scales of my life had shrunk from centuries and decades down to minutes and seconds. And all of them are so precious. I took countless photos in the past, but they're all black and white landscapes. I don't have a single one with friends. If I had known, I would have taken more pictures.
Trian says yes! Trian likes little Cass and would love to take a picture with little Cass.
Sadly, being departed souls, our images cannot be captured in the world of the living.
I thought so too.
What? Are we seriously going to leave any room for regret?
There won't be any regrets. This vivid drawing surpasses any photograph from the world of the living.
Little Cass smiled. Treeby, Trinan, and Trian's wishes finally come true!
I remember you once said that fate is not the flowers that bloom at the end of the road, but where people tread beyond the gate. Now, the path that belongs to me is about to reach the end. Thank you for bringing me the final key.
Key? Little Cass, why are you talking in riddles all of a sudden?
I have a feeling that soon, this gift of yours will become the key to saving Mister's life.
Wow, that's amazing! Then keep smiling and carry on bravely! Little Cass, Little Gray, everyone, see you tomorrow!
With a blinding smile, Trian's golden form disappears in the thin fog of Styxia's moonlit night.
Trian.
Oh, hi, Cypher.
The aura of this place. We have indeed reached the end of the stream of souls. If I go any further, I might lose myself. I must leave now, for the black tide still wreaks havoc in the realm of the living. I have broken free from the chains of death countless times. This time will be no different. Castorice, will you fulfill your duty for the flame chase?
I have yet to make my decision, Lord Mydei.
No matter. Make the choice your heart desires. Even if it takes 1,000 years of waiting, I will continue to fight till I die. Then rise from death till the miracle descends.
And this, again, with the cycles, is very similar to Nias's statement that he made to Polixia.
There is one more thing you should know, Lord Mydei.
What is it?
Professor Anaxa may have deduced the principles behind the Era Nova. You and I may be reincarnated as strife and death in the next cycle, becoming calamities wreaking havoc upon the world.
And then therefore she would be Zagreus.
Is that all? Are you going to accept such a fate without complaints?
Do you have a strategy to shatter the shackles of our fate?
I haven't found it yet. Perhaps I never will.
Then, cease wasting your thoughts on futile matters. Control what little you can. And when fate's inescapable grasp comes, resist it with the strength of your mighty will.
Thank you, Lord Mydei. I will find the right decision.
In the name of strife, may you meet a fitting end.
This must be the alchemical matrix the spirit mentioned. Let's see. We need to insert Aquila's sky, Georios' earth, Kephali's fire, Fagusa's ocean, and Nestia's love.
It seems our sweet Princess Homebody has made up her mind. In that case, seamstress, I suppose I no longer need to deliver your message. My time is rather precious after all.
Whether you wish to break free from death or not, please, follow your heart. By the promise you once made, I ask that you fulfill your duty one final time. Castorice, please, live as a human, and die as one.
According to that alchemist, the final piece is supposed to be me. However, he is not privy to the past, and therefore cannot see the full picture.
The past?
I saw the twins of death in Kephali's memory, and now I am certain that I was one of them. The trial of the Hand of Shadow demanded taking the life of your family. I died during that trial, falling before the gate to the new world. And my sister, whom I never met, became the Titan Thanatos of this cycle. She was consumed with regret over my death, so she used the Titan's authority to reforge my soul. Yet, it also means she has never revealed herself to anyone, hidden away from the entire world. That's because the Titan she became already fell at the start of everything. They died for me, and now lie in slumber in the River of Souls.
You mean Pollux?
That's right. The River of Souls is no material river. It cannot be blocked by ordinary means. Only a divine corpse can prevent the dead from reaching the next world. And that's why we have to awaken Pollux from death before we can retrieve the core flame of death. We have to reforge its body with the power of alchemy.
But Cass, if that alchemist speaks the truth, does that mean you're also part of the dragon body?
According to those departed spirits, I was indeed born as the dragon's twin. But before we talk about that, have you heard the sighs?
I heard them too. So what are those?
I think it's probably the sign of Pollux's wish being fulfilled. They must have realized how heavy a price they'd need to pay when they used their divine authority to resurrect a dead woman. That's why they exerted every ounce of their strength to send me to Styxia, a city that called for death, a land where none is hostile to death. They never saw their wish fulfilled and fell so prematurely, all because they wanted to give me a new life. Pollux must really want to know how their sister has been after giving their all to save her. That wish is the reason Pollux's soul still lingers in the mortal realm even after their fall, quietly watching and documenting every detail of their sister's life.
So instead of picking up objects on the way here,
We were instead showing things to a strand of yearning that lingers here. Now, we must weave these yearnings together and restore them into Pollux's complete soul.
but all of this is just a hypothesis, right? What if we go through with the ritual and it turns out totally different?
That's fine. As Professor Anaxa often reminds us, such is the nature of alchemy. The true outcome can only be known once the process is complete. This is why alchemy is also known as the miracle of creation. Now, the puzzle of Pollux's yearnings is nearly complete, with only one final piece remaining. I shall reveal what they have been yearning to know in the alchemical matrix. I will show them my whole life since I left Styxia. Lady Trianne has already drawn a picture of my entire life, and it is now in my hands.
I don't know, we had like a whole cutscene in the last episode that I like bawled at. Cass's life has not like been great. Like, I get that they wanted her to live again, but her life has been
Let
rough.
the ritual begin. And now, the objective is complete. That is all. Such is what Professor Anaxa always says after preparing for an alchemical ritual. And now, Pollux, I shall lift you from the river of souls and reforge your soul. Perhaps you will be disturbed by this, and your body may become horrifying to behold. But if even the slightest trace of your soul remains, the soul that once ferried me to this side of the shore, then please, look at me. I wish to thank you in person. I have obtained everything you sacrificed your divinity for. Lady Hollanette.
Did she recognize you? Oh, she must be the first soul we can communicate with here, right?
I'm afraid she is just another spirit trapped here, like the rest of them. The only difference is that I was there when she died. Please, go on. I'm listening. Are you about to tell the story of Styxia?
Yes. You're just as smart as I imagined, but... never mind. Now's not the time.
There's no need to worry, Elder. Take a look around you. You're already at the resting place of the dead.
The world of the dead.
But I understand that you chose to remain silent about the story to protect Castorice, the girl who coexists with death. But you no longer need to hide that story. I can assure you that you have protected that girl's life well.
Oh, well, in that case, let me begin. Styxia, the pearl of the ocean. plagued by unwarranted calamity and ravaged by death in the fairy tale. It was the first city-state to shift their faith towards death, even before Idonia did. From where you stand now, I suppose that's a bit hard to believe. Right?
Indeed. I cannot imagine that those from the Era Chrysia, blessed with eternal life, could ever yearn for death.
I have pondered the same question, child. But I am afraid there is no clear answer to it.
Journeys and epics are only glorious and magnificent because all things eventually fade to dust. That's how someone once explained to me why death is necessary to the world. But I still can't take that as the final answer. Would a world without journeys and epics be worse off?
I take it the one who spoke this line was a general, or perhaps a warrior. I, however, did find some inspiration in these words. Would you like to hear my thoughts, Castorice?
Please enlighten me, Lady Amunet. Though I have already made up my mind on how to handle the authority and core flame of death. Your words might truly guide me toward the path forward.
You and I are neither warriors nor generals. Therefore, journeys and epics cannot truly resonate with us. But what if I reframe it like this? What if love is not a trait bestowed upon mortals by Nestia, but a blessing from death?
Love.
No one ever invented the word cherish in the era when life was eternal. For all the good things in the world could be revisited endlessly, and every bond formed carried no risk of being severed. The so-called Era Chrysia was an age devoid of both virtue and sin. People did not truly live. They simply existed, going through the motions without passion or purpose, then waiting for something to happen. Perhaps the people of Styxia chose to embrace death not out of fascination with its cruel and fearsome side, but instead became fixated and obsessed with the impulses and desires tied to a finite existence.
Therefore, death is not a thing of fear and desperation, but...
That's right, Castorice. It is the reason we shed tears when parting ways, and also the original spark that ignited the passion of mortals. If you truly intend to deprive the world of death, then be prepared to witness it return to a state of stagnation.
I understand, Lady Amunet. Our limited lifespan shapes all that we know and love. Not even the Death Titan has the right to take that away from humankind again. Nestia's love was the chrysalis of Gold's first blessing, but it most likely wasn't understood by mankind. We only learned to interpret this wonderful gift after Thanatos' arrival. If the world was bereft of death, then the Queen of Styxia wouldn't have played midwife in delivering me into this world. You wouldn't have welcomed me into Idonia, and Aglaya would never have invited me to join the Flame Chase journey. None of these stories would ever have happened. And I would never have lived, let alone found happiness. Thank you, Mother. I will use all the love I've experienced in this long life to complete the final miracle. My teacher, Anaxagoras, grant me the wisdom of all things. I call upon thee, the stripped dead dragon's corpse. Rises from the earth, falls from the sky. As above, so below. This is the greatest power of all powers. Unstoppable in this world. The great work that commands all death. I shall grant you embrace. Is the girl who once saved my life truly gone? Or will you show yourself again, once we eradicate this hatred and regret?
Follow my charge. Watch over you and guide you on your path.
There's no time to lose. Conflict is pitiless. Show no mercy.
Hedge your bets. It's on me. Watch your head.
It's kind of amusing that it's like keeping its head buried in the egg, like an ostrich buried in the sand.
And I know you're anxious. Shh. Don't be afraid.
I'll overcome the thorns. The remedy is before me.
Follow my charge. Here is thunder.
Sure, I'll play along. The dice have bust. Or maybe I'll take it all.
Well, it does not look like I'm gonna win this round without a healer. Alright, I guess I need to throw at minimum a healer onto this team. Locha.
Would you prefer me?
Let's try this again.
Then, let the ritual begin. And now, yep, such is what Professor Pollux, I shut. If Lady Almanette.
Oh my gosh, they're gonna make us go through this entire thing again?
Yes.
Oh god. Can I skip it?
Styxia. From where?
Skip.
That's right.
I'm surprised they're making you redo all this.
My
I guess
teacher,
you're not supposed to,
Anaxagoras.
like you're not supposed to be able to lose that. Whoops.
I underestimated you.
Bloom. Is the girl who once saved my life truly gone? Or will you show yourself again once we eradicate this hatred and regret?
Here is thunder.
Watch your head. Spend freely.
And I know you're anxious. Shh. Don't be afraid.
Hedge your bets.
Follow my charge. Conflict is pitiless. I'll see you off. Receive divinity.
Sure, I'll play along. Watch over you and guide you on your path.
Show no mercy.
The dice have been bust. Or maybe I'll take it all.
Nothing major. Eternal sleep is the dead return!
Watch your head.
Here is thunder. Bloom.
I can't thank you enough.
Repay.
Serenity is before me.
There's no time to lose. Conflict is pitiless.
There's no more need to weep in grief. I will grant you peace.
Eternal stay.
Yes, it's me. I'm back.
You chose the wrong enemy.
Watch your head.
I underestimated you.
Tormented doubt, farewell.
Follow my charge. Here is thunder. Show no mercy. I underestimated you.
Watch your head. Watch over you and guide you on your path. The dice bust. Or maybe I'll take it all.
Be careful. They may be moving by instinct, but there is fury welling up within them.
I'll overcome the path.
There's no time to lose. Conflict is pitiless.
I've heard the call. Hedge your bets.
Here is thunder.
Watch your head.
After death, there will be eternal sleep, is what I think that one said.
No dirty tricks, Lorraine. No dirty tricks.
Show no mercy.
I'll overcome the thorns. The dice have bust. Or maybe I'll take it all. Watch your head.
A foregone conclusion. Conflict is pitiless.
Please. Don't turn back to the Netherrealm.
Oh, death. Sleep in peace. I'm sorry I have to wake you up from ancient death. And I know you're anxious. Shh. Don't be afraid. Do you remember me? I'm the girl you once carried across the Sea of Souls. I'm sorry I wasn't able to remember you, but with the help of many people, I was finally able to pick up these broken fragments of my past. I'm back, Pollux. I know this might not be what you wanted. But I have to do this. So please, carry me across the Sea of Souls again and return me to the Netherrealm. Just like you did in the past. Please take me to where the core flame of death rests. I'll be going now. They may look scary, but as long
What's happening?
What's wrong?
Are you...
What's wrong with him?
His time is almost up. If I don't go now, I'm afraid his soul will return to Thanatos' embrace before me.
What? Oh no! Is there...
Don't worry. I promised I would ask Thanatos for the Trailblazers' right to roam the Earth again. Mem, stay here and keep a close watch until I return. All right?
All right. I'm the best at taking care of others. Go on, Cass. Make sure not to leave yourself with any regrets. That's not funny.
It's a deal then. Please. Wait for me.
Oh, you sit in your little dinghy, eager to hear my song and follow closely behind. I lost a sentence. Venture not with me into the vast sea, for perhaps without seeing me you will lose your way in the ocean.
After all that, you still ended up back here.
So the legends were true. The Netherrealm really is a sea of flowers.
Yes. Just like the flower fields we tended to back then.
Is that you, Plixia?
Do you remember me?
don't have the memories from that time, but I've seen you before during an experiment.
I see. Call me Thanatos, then. It'll be easier. However, since you recognize the name, you must already know everything about Thanatos, right?
Yes. I'm here to reforge the order of life and death in Amphorius.
You know, my sister was a sympathetic, but rather sensitive person. Whenever she didn't want to say what was on her mind, she would avoid eye contact and look off into the distance. Just like what you are doing now.
Can you tell me about the last Era Nova? What did you do, Polixia?
Where should I begin? I suppose we can start from the beginning. A long, long time ago, there were a pair of like-minded twins. As foretold in the prophecy, they were chosen to be successors to the god of death. But fate was cruel. The price of attaining divinity was to take the life of a family member with our own hands.
That trial was indeed recorded in that memory.
Then you should already know that my sister voluntarily gave up her own life, so that I could ascend as the demigod of death. But I couldn't accept that. Why did we have to kill each other for a future she'd never see herself? That's not fair. So, while weaving the laws of the new world, I shattered the forbidden bottom line for life and death. I reshaped my sister's soul and took the form of the great dragon Pollux to carry her up the River of Souls and back into the mortal realm. But our fates were already decided and manifested in unexpected ways in response to my futile actions. Aging is an unbreakable law of nature laid upon humankind, created at the same time as death. When the living die, their souls will meet Thanatos, who would determine where every soul goes. If the Reaper raises their left hand, the soul is granted death and allowed to enter the Netherrealm to await reincarnation. If they raise their right hand, the soul is rejected by the Netherrealm and returned to the mortal realm to continue walking the earth.
That's why the Hand of Shadow can only lay down judgment and not embrace another being.
Yes. Death was originally a pair of hands, but they were split in twain when we reached the mortal realm, never to touch each other ever again. The half of Thanatos that represents life, the undying human who grants death, that was the curse I forced upon you.
Then, what about you?
As the half of Thanatos representing death, I shoulder the fate of defying death. I died the moment I entered the world of the living. From then on, my Titan also no longer existed in this world. The cycle of life and death stopped. Souls were denied their audience with death, and were left stranded within an ever-rising river of the dead. What irony. My selfish desire to save your life gave you and the world a fate far worse than death instead. Then, what was left of my reason was left behind in the Netherrealm, where I've been taking care of these flowers day after day, until there is now a sea of them, all while mulling over the subject of life, death, parting, and enduring an endless loneliness.
Fate is absurd indeed. Our lives were a mirrored image of one another, like a pair of hands. Even so, we arrived at the same destination. We walked different paths, yet experienced the same pain.
I had hoped that maybe you would at least have a good life in this cycle. I'm sorry.
I lived my life well. It didn't go to waste. As far as I'm concerned, you did nothing wrong.
Even though I forced the authority of granting death to humanity upon you, a total stranger.
Too many responsibilities were forced upon me in the course of this long journey. I was once lost, even upset. But I realized recently that if it weren't for your blessing, I wouldn't have understood the source of these emotions, nor would I have realized my purpose. I wouldn't have made it here to reunite with my missing half. And we wouldn't be discussing our past while sharing the same view of this landscape. I wouldn't have understood the meaning of our existence.
The meaning of our existence.
This sea of flowers blooms on dead land, because we sowed it with the seeds of our separation and watered it with our tears of loneliness. That's why Thanatos cannot create living beings at will, nor can the Hand of Shadow determine a person's remaining days.
I skipped this part. Yes, the only thing death is allowed to create are flowers that bloom from blood and tears.
Because the life and death of mortals should never be dictated by another's will.
Are you saying there's no point in Thanatos' existence?
No. No single being can bear the scales of life and death on their own. Not even a god. Life and death weigh equally heavy. We both know that now, don't we?
You, too, must have had a difficult life. We've taken quite a ridiculous journey together, haven't we? I had a feeling, even back then, that we would meet again one day. Not to embrace one another after a long separation, but to come in search of retribution. Tell me the answer that's already been written, and let us draw this seemingly endless fate to a close. It's been far too long. I've waited here for centuries, watching day after day as desperate spirits are denied by this lonely wasteland. I always hoped I would see you among them. But I was also afraid of seeing you. I didn't know how I could possibly face you again. more than anything, I was afraid that you might have forgotten all about me.
I know. But don't you see, Polixia? I made it back anyway. You don't have to shoulder Death's authority on your own anymore. It was always meant to be held in two hands anyway. So, let's give our core flame to him, and have him take it back to the mortal realm. Give humanity back their cycle of life and death. Our responsibility as Thanatos was never about picking out favorite souls. We were only meant to watch over life. Let's tend the field together, and create a warm sea of flowers for all the souls to come. What do you think, Polixia?
Yes, just one last step. You shall wither, and through that, the dead will sprout again from the remains, and be reborn with the dead flame. As foretold by the prophecy, Thanatos' authority is only destined for only one person to wield. As the Chrysos heir of death, as their demigod, as a titan, our fated moment has arrived once again.
Just like before.
Yes, just like before, but unlike that time, the ones undergoing the trial this time are prepared.
You've made up your mind?
Yes, as dictated by fate. But I won't be afraid. As long as you're here with me, complete your trial in this life. Grant me the embrace of death, and light the spark of life ablaze. You've been tempered by life and death. I know you'll be able to give this wasteland its first breath of life, like a raven butterfly, flying swiftly into the netherrealm, perching on the twig of death.
I will. After this, I will remain permanently in the Netherrealm. The river of souls shall return here and rain down from the sky, scattering souls across the earth. The cycle of life and death will flow once again. The sea of flowers you sowed shall bear countless joyous or sorrowful souls, and bloom evermore.
Thank you. Just one last thing. Can you grant me one wish?
Of course. What is it?
Please, don't forget me.
I promise you, when we meet in the next world, even if I have endured another reincarnation, even if we do not know each other's names, I will still hold you tightly in my arms. Just like what I did when we were born.
Castorice. Castorice, you're as beautiful as a fleeting butterfly.
I will bring rest to death. And from now on, stagnant life will once again flow.
At the same time, in Akama, loud cheers from afar.
Time flies. In the blink of an eye, the 15th entry hour is already at hand. When this farce is over, your soul will be placed on the scales of life and death. Are you ready?
No need to ask so many times. Of course I am.
Then why do you drag your feet? Is your fear of crowds holding you back again?
I simply find them too noisy. Paying attention to conceited fools like them would be an utter waste of my time.
Such harsh words. As I see it, you are no less arrogant than they are.
I couldn't agree more.
Oh. I did not expect to hear that from you. Are you not going to refute me?
I know myself better than you think I do. At the very least, better than a stowaway like you.
And they say men whose ends are nigh have but kind words. Well, that is exactly why I chose you.
Should I thank you for the compliment?
The hour of the trial has come. Do you have an answer for me? And how will you prove the veracity of your argument?
I suppose there is no point in putting this off any longer. Do you recall where we stopped the last time?
You were saying that Amphorius's history is cyclical.
Indeed. The demigods that bear the core flames eventually become the new titans at the world's end. Remember what happened on the Holy Mountain? Calypso, Naias. As their destined ends approached, one by one, they left this world, leaving only the twins, who are fated to succeed death. Unfortunately, while their journey is consistent with ours, you and Calypso, as well as Nicodor and Naias, act as supporting evidence. I can only come up with a rough sketch for my theory of a cyclical history. For all the pains I took to reach this point, I had already lost hope of ever obtaining definitive proof. After all, the past is in the past. Proving that we are the legacies of heroes of the past is a hopeless endeavor. That is, until I met a girl named Polixia and her sister. If Castorice was truly sent from the past to the present for the Titan's self-serving reasons, then having lived through 2 cycles, and with Styxia as the pivot, she will no doubt be the link to connect all of this together. If the Twins of Death can bridge 2 cycles to reunite at the shores of the Sea of Souls, then my hypothesis will no longer be just a hypothesis. And you too will get the answer to your question.
Well, that is all well and good, but how can you be so sure? If there is even the slightest error in your hypothesis, the girl will be shattered.
It matters not. The most important quality a scholar must possess is foolhardiness. If you are overly cautious, then you'll never have the gumption to make the first step, and change will never come. Besides, I, and Exagoras, am destined to overturn this farcical world. Come, let us go and teach those pathetic words one final lesson.
Alright, so it is exactly 3 hours since I started this stream. So, obviously we're right in the middle of Castorice's story, so I didn't want to stop right there. But at the same time, I really don't, I'm like, this might end up being a bit longer than I was planning, because, and Exagrius is about to apparently pull something wild, so I'm kinda curious. Let us take a quick peek to see how long this would take. Okay, so we have finally hit chapter 8, which is Listen to the Roaring Tides, which is where I thought we would start this episode off on. I did not know the ferryman was still going to be such a long... Oh, this one is like super short. Okay, yeah, we'll do this one. Like this one is like maybe 30 minutes max for this chapter, so let's do this one real quick.
Fine. So they are leaving the final debate to him.
Okay, so Anaxagoras is just automatically on that team. Painon.
Let those Chrysos heirs who started this terrible war hear you. Let them hear the voices of the people!
As always, that woman knows how to stir up a crowd.
Professor Anaxa, I thought you'd pass on this.
Everyone must cast their vote, or this assembly would serve no purpose.
Prof, do you truly think it's wise to entrust the fate of the world to an assembly like this?
Akama has stood strong under this system for 1,000 years. It stands to reason that there is purpose in its existence. But that is not what you're asking, is it? What you really want to know is Aglaya making the right decision in entrusting the fate of the world to you?
Nothing ever escapes you.
I didn't spend all those years teaching you for nothing. Most people only take 4 years to graduate, if I recall.
To tell the truth, I feel like I'm on my way to an execution chamber instead of a podium. So, do you have an answer to that question?
No, I don't.
I thought so.
Because that question is not yours to ask in the first place. Is Aglaya entrusting the world to you the right decision? Don't make me laugh. That is a question that woman must answer herself. Why are you fretting about this on her behalf? Or have you been seeing yourself as her pawn all this time? Listen up. I'll say this only once. Flip your perspective around and ask yourself this instead. What should I do to ensure that the world doesn't stray from the correct path? That is what you should be thinking about. You still have time, so give it some thought. Oh, and don't bother telling me the answer. Tell it to those begging for salvation from the gods.
Got it. Thank you, Professor Anaxa.
That's Anaxagoras to you.
Who will you be voting for?
That'll depend on how well you perform. May Circe safeguard your thoughts.
I like how where he's looking makes it look like he's looking at the person playing. So it's like, that'll depend on how well you perform. Like he's breaking the fourth wall a little bit. Lord Anaxa, you're finally here. Ugh. The last speaker for the assembly will be taking the stage soon. The resolution will be passed after that. Lady Kindness has reserved a special seat for you. Shall I show you to it? Alright, this way, please.
Elders and citizens, silence, if you please. As the Theoros, I present to you Finan of Ides Elysiae, virtuous citizen of Akama, and the last speaker of the assembly.
Much obliged, Lord Lycus.
I remember him. He's the penniless lad working for Aglaya.
Where's Lady Goldweaver? Why is she sending this guy to give the last speech? Is this really the end of the Flame Chase journey?
Can this dude really face down Kindness?
By Kefali above. Dear citizens of Akama, as you look upon me, so too do I see you. I see your fear and misgivings, your apprehension about the discord between the Chrysos heirs and the Council of Elders, and your uneasiness about the future of the Holy City. Yet, before you contemplate something as grand as the fate of the world, I ask that you look closer. Look beyond the horizon illuminated by Kefali, at the crisis threatening to overwhelm us.
What?
Ides Elysiae, my beloved hometown, is a village forgotten by time. It is a place with the most invigorating breeze and wheat fields that spread all the way to the sea. I once thought that there I would enjoy a lifetime of peace and quiet with my friends and family. How I wish I could invite all of you to that paradise, far from the noise and chatter of the world. Alas, I can't, because she and all that she nurtured, all that I loved, they have long been devoured by the black tide. My beloved home is no more. I will never forget the day the black tide struck. My father, Hieronymus, fought with a broken sword to his last breath to protect his child. My mother, Aldada, she was ripped apart by monsters. Also, I might live to stand before you here and now. Galba, he was a hunter. But in the end, those arms that once drew a bow instead embraced Piso, his beloved son, as they both breathed their last. Pythias, the teacher, risked her life to save her students, but a burning beam fell on her, crushing her. And what of Livia, her daughter? Did she make it out alive? No, she didn't. Livia, Piso, and so many other children. My childhood friends. They were all swallowed by the black tide and turned into monsters.
This is very emotional, but he is using a very good, argument point, where instead of making it just the general, places outside of our home have been affected by the black tide and people have been killed. That's a very generalized statement, which allows people to emotionally distance themselves from it. But by giving it a name, it's not some villages hit by the black tide, it is Elysiae, right? So it has a name. It is not some people have died, it is Livia, it is Piso, these are names of people. They were real, they exist, they're not just some villagers that have been killed by the black tide. It's a very good argument used to make people actually emotionally connect with stuff they can't immediately see the effects of in front of them.
They kept saying the same thing over and over. Even up until the final moment, I finally steeled my heart and granted them eternal peace with my sword. Why, Fine? Aren't we the best of friends? That is the black tide. A looming threat that can bring Akima to its knees any time. Kindness may have promised that with the 3 Titans of Calamity Con, Akima will return to an era Chrysia once more. But much as it pains me, I must disappoint you. While the demigod of strife has done everything in his power to hold them back, they are still coming. By now, the name of that black-robed swordmaster, the Flame Reaper, has likely echoed throughout the city already. The roaring thunder is a message from the Strife demigod. The Flame Reaper has risen from death, and they hunger for the core flames of the gods.
Lies! If such a powerful enemy is indeed approaching, why is Akima still a picture of peace?
Exactly! The city of Akima shows no signs of pandemonium or chaos. And why is that? I beg you, spare a moment to think about this. Are we able to stand here and hold this assembly in peace today because the danger has passed? No! This peace we enjoy is no gift of fate. We are able to stand here today only because the Chrysos heirs have stepped up and shielded Akima from calamity. With her golden threads, Aglaya has preserved and continues to preserve these idyllic days that all of you hold dear. The Council of Elders claims that Aglaia will one day forsake the people because her divinity is eroding her body and soul. But ask yourselves this. Rather than offering her aid and support, why do they choose to watch and push Akama away from the Flame Chase journey? The answer that no one can bring themselves to speak of. A truth stained in blood and buried in greed, fear, and vanity. Allow me to lay it bare before you. It is because the Council of Elders, which bears Akima's history and honor, along with this citizens' assembly we once took so much pride in, are now infested with vermin.
Ooh. He just really threw down the gauntlet. He was like,
You insolent whelp! How dare you!
It is true that Aglaia has reached her limit. Why? Because she has been working tirelessly to weave the defenses of our holy city against the encroaching evil. All while these vermin are making up baseless accusations about her and scheming in the shadows. Not once has she ever failed Akama. Yet these vermin attempt to tear her apart, tarnishing her name with unfounded allegations. She may have been blessed by divinity, but hasn't her heart always stayed true to humanity? They attempt to mislead you and reduce this assembly to a crude standoff between gods and humans, but citizens of Akama. Once more, I implore you to open your eyes and look at those around you. Examine them closely. Beneath all that finery, do you see the good heart of a human or the poisonous glands of a pest? Make your judgment. Then turn your gaze to the demigods, whom so many of you regard as cold and merciless. Do you not see the light of humanity in them? And those who wear the mask of humanity, yet utter only hurtful, slanderous words. Can you not see that their souls have been corrupted by power? Yet, no matter what your answer is, and no matter who your vote goes to, rest assured that you have nothing to fear, for Aglaia, Tribios, and I will remain your faithful guardians and pledge our lives to upholding your decision. And this vow will stay true until the end of our days, where it will be passed on to future flame chasers. A steadfast and unwavering promise that shall endure through the ages.
In an uproar, representative leaders from different cities in Akama throw pieces of pottery into the Dolium.
At the present time, on the scales of Talentum, those who call for the continuation of the Flame Chase journey, and those who demand its suspension. Each faction holds an equal share of votes, resulting in a perfect balance.
As expected. This is the moment when the Flame Chase journey is the closest to its end.
And now, it's your turn to vote, Lord Anaxagoras.
Is there anyone else who hasn't voted?
No, you're the last. Cast your vote with care, for your decision will break this impasse.
I have long since made a decision.
Very well. May you bring much needed change to this farcical world.
Oh, is it not? Okay, I was about to be like, is it not gonna let me?
Talk about a grand entrance.
You've done well, Finan. Given the circumstances, delivering a rousing speech to stir up emotions was a prudent move. Thank you all for your patience. On behalf of the 7 sages of the Grove of Epiphany and the scholars of Amphorius, I, Anaxagoras, am ready to cast my vote. But before that, in the interest of fairness, Lady Goldweaver, I pose a question to you before all who are gathered here. Will you, as Finan has promised, stand by the decision made in the Assembly, regardless of outcome?
In the interests of fairness, I make no promises, lest it should influence your decision.
Very well. I thank you for your honesty.
I honestly could see him voting either way, even like plot-wise.
What's he doing?
The stakes are high. Let's be patient.
Cut the act! Who do you think you are wasting our time like this?
Lord Anaxa, please do not forget that I...
Rule number 1. Do not call me Anaxa. Rule number 2. Never interrupt me.
Silence is golden.
Just vote already. What are you waiting for?
Your vote. Cast your vote.
I cannot help but wonder, is every hardship in the world something you will exploit and use to your advantage?
How else am I supposed to make use of this situation where my body and soul are separated? Oh, Circes. Or should I say Calypso? Accompany me on this final journey. Let us journey to the Netherrealm and see how she will substantiate the answer to your question and validate my decision. We need only to follow the sound of the tides. You are...
Well done, child. Just as I foresaw, you have achieved great things.
Teacher.
What a twist of fate. A blasphemer raised in the doctrines of the Venerationists. It's like a foal kicking its mother in the belly after taking all her milk.
I respect you immensely, sir. But...
you cherish the truth even more. So, child, do not be troubled by the criticisms I have borne. Do not let those voices hinder you as you forge ahead. As the sage of the Venerationists, I am duty-bound to oppose you. But, as your friend and mentor, Anaxagoras, I say, go forth, for the truth is already in your hands.
I will keep that in mind.
Go now, child. Your lonely pursuit is about to welcome a new chapter. And when you reach the end of this journey, may we meet again with the truth before us.
You have my word, sir. May Circes safeguard your thoughts.
May Circes safeguard your thoughts.
You are right, Empedocles. My lonely pursuit is about to welcome a new chapter. I must be on my way now. May we meet again with the truth before us, Empedocles.
What are you waiting for? Just cast your vote.
Silence! Silence, everyone!
Behold, Circes. Here at the center of the world, I shall write the final step of my proof. For this place is but one step away from the truth.
Professor, I completed the proof you wanted.
Thank you, Castorice.
The answer is plain as day. My vote goes to the Flame Chase journey and nothing else! Elder Kindness, I have deciphered the truth of this world!
With the balance shattered, the result is clear. By carefully enter Lenten above, as the Theoros, I have observed.
No! Lygus, you can't! Nexa, what have you done? Have you lost your mind? I hope you are prepared for the harsh punishment awaiting you. Mark my words, I will make sure that clever head of yours never forgets the price of betrayal.
Have you forgotten? I told you that happens to be one of my rare talents.
You put on such a grand performance, just to aid their preposterous flame chase journey?
Performance? No, you are quite mistaken. I may be paranoid by nature, but I've always been known for my honesty. If you really understood me, Lady Kindness, you'd realize that I never had any interest in your pathetic little game of politics. Factions, standpoints, they are jokes in my eyes. I have never once switched sides, because I, and I alone, am the truth.
Lady Kindness, with all the citizens here as witnesses, we should honor the spirit of democracy and respect the decision of this assembly. I have observed that Akama has chosen her destiny. This citizens' assembly has resolved to continue the flame chase journey. This resolution shall be put up on the wall of heroes, such that all citizens are aware of the city's way forward.
You!
It seems not everyone is ready for the assembly to end. Very well. Let me entertain you for a little longer. By your leave, Lord Lygus.
Interesting. Elders and citizens, your attention, please. Stay for a moment more, if you will. Anaxagoras of the Grove of Epiphany has an announcement for the assembly.
What is this performer up to?
Just moments ago, all of you made a decision on the fate of Amphorius. As a supporter of the Flame Chase journey, it pleases me to see the choice you have made, but I regret to say that I still harbor doubts about this outcome.
Thus, I hereby challenge this resolution.
My man just keeps pulling things out of his hat, alright?
Tell me, who among you dare swear to Kefali's name that Era Nova will truly welcome the fairy tale ending that the Chrysos heirs have promised? A beautiful new world free of calamity and madness?
Nonsense!
No one? Must I pick somebody to answer? Very well. You, the one acting so wise and profound. In front of all present here, do you dare swear that it will happen for sure? No? Fine. Next. You, the one with ignorance written all over your face. Yes, you. Do you dare swear by it in front of the Titan?
What are you trying to do?
Useless. Your turn, then. With that smug look of yours, you must be confident that the Flame Chase journey is the best course to take, right?
Hey! Mind your tongue!
So, no one? I see. In that case, fine then. Answer me this. Your speech was filled with such passion just now. How confident, then, are you in making this promise?
Professor, what are you doing?
Let him continue with his performance.
Will you look at that? Even Finan and Aglaya lack the courage to make such a promise. And what's even more absurd is that no one but I can promise you this new world. And yet, the Assembly passed the resolution anyway. But you needn't worry, because I knew better than to trust you good-for-nothings. That is precisely why I am here today. To give you one final lecture. Now listen up and listen well. I, Anaxagoras of the Grove of Epiphany, hereby declare everything that the Flame Chase journey promises is true. Finan of Ides Elysiae, the prophesied demigod who shall succeed Kefali, will reforge each and every one of us in the new world with his complete, intact memories.
What?
The core flame-bearing titans were the Chrysos heirs of yesterday, and the Chrysos heirs who carry the core flames today will become the titans of tomorrow. All of our souls shall endure for eternity in the miracle of the world barrier, and all under Kefali's protection shall step into that new world.
This is your blasphemy!
What? Are you saying that we must bow down to you and worship you, even in our next lives? Enough, you blasphemous imbecile! How dare you try to deceive us with all these lies and falsehoods? How can you prove?
I told you, don't interrupt me. But since you've asked, I shall be kind and indulge you. My statements are based on my experiments on the divine body of Kefali themselves. You heard me correctly, everyone. With the tacit approval of Kindness and the Council of Elders, I fused my soul with the god through alchemy and learned the truth behind Era Nova.
What is he talking about? Isn't that pure blasphemy?
I, the vile, wretched blasphemer, deserve nothing less than death for my sins. And the Council of Elders, which granted me consent and aided in committing this atrocity, should face punishment alongside me.
By the gods, even Kindness has betrayed Occam.
The camels! We're carefully afloat!
I had no knowledge of his transgressions. He did that on his own. The Council of Elders bears no responsibility for his actions. Lord Lygus, as the esteemed Theoros, are you going to simply stand by and allow the Council of Elders to be dragged through the mud?
If the accusation is true, I will acknowledge it. If not, my conscience stands unburdened. Lady Kindness, the reputation of the Council of Elders was not built in a day, nor will it be shattered overnight. Repercussions await those who fool the people, and punishment must be meted out on those who abandon their vows. We should respect this beautiful city and her people.
You...
Lady Aglaya, the Gold Weaver, I humbly ask that you take on the responsibility of overseeing this judgment in the name of the fairness of Talantin and the justice of Kefali. Considering the circumstances, and in accordance with Akima's Codex as the only demigod among us, you shall rightfully wield this authority.
The honor is mine to bear.
Elders and citizens, silence, if you please. Anaxagoras of the Grove of Epiphany has made his statement clear. As per Akima's Codex, I request all present citizens to stand with me in exercising the right of judgment. First, Elder Kindness of Akima.
and Lygus the Theoros stand accused of neglecting their duties and abusing the law, leading to the egregious blasphemy against a god. In the names of Talanton and Kefili, Akima is to form a committee before the 7th action hour to conduct an investigation and disclose the findings to the public for subsequent judgment.
Curse you!
Now, concerning Anaxagoras of the Grove of Epiphany, he has confessed to grave blasphemy against Kefili. In the names of Talanton and Kefili, the accused must be allowed to hear the people's voice prior to the execution, for a chance at a reduced sentence and possible pardon.
Oh, the crowd's out for blood.
Professor.
Dead. No holds back.
Let him die! Let him die! Let him die! Let him die! Let him die!
What decision will you make, Lady Goldweaver?
Enough with the hesitation, Aglaya. This is not like you.
Let him die!
Then, in light of the people's voice, O Talanton on high, may you bring death upon him.
A sea of flowers? What is this place?
Allow me to reintroduce myself. I bore the name of Castorice while walking among the mortals. And now, I stand as the demigod of death, the living side of Thanatos. Welcome to my realm, where the west wind ends. Every departed soul who has arrived here has expressed the same. Did you know? Every flower here was planted by Thanatos themselves. These flowers were originally both lifeless and immortal, but in the first rain brought by the River of Souls, they were given new life, flourishing as the bearers of countless souls. And it is my duty as the Master of Death to tend to their well-being and foster their growth in this serene haven, similar to the structured cycle of life and death in the mortal world. These flowers too shall wither and fade, returning to the earth and then ascending to the sky with mist and tides. Eventually, they will descend to the mortal land as gentle rain. Every soul undergoes the perpetual cycle of reincarnation, albeit in varied forms, until the world meets its end. Yet, sadly, there's no time left for Amphorius to wait for when the flowers bloom again. Now, death is the power at my fingertips. It once led the souls of the deceased here, but I shall open the gate of the Netherworld and return you to the realm of the living. In exchange, please, take the core flame of death with you and complete the flame chase journey. Do not let our work thus far be in vain. Thank you. Just like the other demigods, I will stay here and embrace my destiny. That being said, it is not easy to guide a lost soul back to the mortal realm. The whispers of death are sweet and alluring. If your determination wavers, you will succumb and be forever ensnared by the Netherworld's grasp. Please consider this a one-time exception. I will do everything in my power for the flame chase journey, and for your life, the only life I can save. I am glad to hear that.
Over here!
Keep going, the express is right.
You.
Oh, we're gonna be going at this pace the entire way. Kafka!
Lift your chin up high and step forward with us toward tomorrow!
That's right. Keep your eyes on the dawn.
Onward. Show me your courage.
Are we gonna get one from Finon?
We shall become heroes together.
Okay, that's what I was waiting for. I was like, are we gonna get one from Finon? Of course, the last one's from Castorice. Thank you, Castorice. Since I've already made it to the end, maybe I can have one last glance at that sea of flowers? That's a bad idea. If any of the fables about the land of the dead, yeah, I was like, you cannot turn around. Oh, hi Acheron. Fear not, as a touch of red will always be waiting for you at the end of the path. I'll guide you and illuminate the way out. By doing so, you'll eventually reunite in the warmth and the sunlight. What's this? What in the world are these shadows and voices?
All of this is proof that you once lived. Your soul, your memories, the years you've journeyed through, and the path they revealed, leading you back home. So, continue onward. Do not stop moving forward, and do not let her sacrifice and the support of all who have stood by you be in vain. Over here, friend! Take my hand. Let's go home.
The fact that it's Mim doing this just really destroys the atmosphere. Let the trailblazing continue. I wouldn't be surprised if that was like the end of the update. It really fades out well, but there's like 3 more chapters after this, so I'm back.
At last. I knew you could do it. Your soul is still perfectly whole. As if some kind of force is trying its best to keep it together. Is it Ornyx's final blessing? Or is it a miracle of your own? It's truly incredible. Such a strange surge of familiarity. So hard to describe. Perhaps it is fate, once again fulfilling its own design. Or perhaps it is the laws from beyond the sky, so familiar to you, that intertwined our fates long ago. It seems that this is the riddle which cannot be solved anytime soon. The sensation of becoming a demigod is truly wondrous. It's as if the river of souls is winding its way through the depths of my spirit, transforming with each breath into a fine rain that nourishes the world. Do you recall that prophecy? At the end of the sea of flowers, the souls of the living shall warm thy fingertips, and after an embrace, there shall be eternal separation. I promised you that I would do everything in my power to give it another meaning. Now, as I stand as a demigod and destiny draws to a close, I can finally end it in a way that is as beautiful as it deserves. The wish I once sought, but could never grasp, is now within reach. In this brand new world, every blooming life will lift its arms in celebration and recount the profound meaning of this very instant. Every touch, every embrace we share will never again be an ice-cold loss. They will radiate with an intense warmth, sowing love far and wide throughout the land. The other shore is very cold. May I borrow your warmth one last time? Thank you for fulfilling this wish of mine. The place I'll be going to is what humans call the Land of Sorrows. But with this heartbeat and the residual heat of this embrace, I shall turn the Netherrealm into a gentle place of rest. This embrace may be brief, but it's the proof that I once lived. Farewell, then. May we reunite in the new world.
Presently in Akuma.
That grand and absurd performance was what you've been seeking your whole life?
I gave up everything in search of truth. And it culminated in this very moment. You, on the other hand, performed as I expected. You did not hesitate when you saw the chance to attain power. It's as if you...
Crave power, like a fly craves rot.
Those are your words, not mine.
But what you said at the end, did you already know what I had planned for Finan?
I may have lost an eye, but my vision is clearer than anyone else. You've nearly exhausted your humanity. You're no different from my current state as a walking corpse.
That's true. I've long since burned to ash over the past 1,000 years. Only he is capable of unleashing a raging fire that rivals our final great enemy, Aquila.
So, this is our last chance. How about we let go of the bad blood between us? May I resonate with your core flame, Aglaya?
Please do.
That's impossible. To persist with your soul thin to such an extent. You're insane.
Just as you fight to lug your corpse onward to complete your unfinished goals, I have my own reasons for doing this. Until Finan grows into his position as the prophesied leader, I must continue to lead everyone on the flame chase journey. I must keep inching forward, even if only as an empty shell.
I've long predicted this was the case, but I didn't think you'd already lost so much. How ironic. We would have avoided so many misunderstandings if you and I had just spoken this candidly before. But casting aside our ideological differences, there is one thing you and I agree on.
Finan.
Yes. He was born to be a hero. He understands the hearts of the people, and I can confidently say he is a far better leader than you. Only he is capable of fulfilling your mission. Sadly, he is a man cursed by Nestia. But by my estimates, his horribly elaborate sense of style should not impede Era Nova.
Congratulations are in order. We found common ground at the very end of our destined paths.
When you put it that way, it makes me want to take back what I said.
Glaya, we're back. Come welcome our great hero reborn from the ashes.
I hope he didn't hear your earlier assessment.
It wouldn't be the first time I criticized him. A man should be aware of his own shortcomings.
Unmoor and sail away from the underworld. Alright. We are gonna call it there because it's almost been another hour. Okay. Fairy souls with a rust-colored boat. It once carried her into the world and it will carry her into the underworld. The law is the crown of peace. The citizenry will vote to decide the future of Amphorius, not Akuma. Unmoor and sail away from the underworld. Do not look back, no matter how sweet and serene the call to remain. When Pollux, Netherwing Hust, no ally character enter indulging slumber state. And in a single battle, ensure the Black Tide's corroded daemon does not absorb any corrosion when using Filth Eater. Get ambushed by a Black Tide creature hidden among the flowers. And obtain the audio recording Divine Echo Death, and speak with the eulogic butterflies in Dragonborn City, Styxia. I have another one. Where is it? Okay. Create a small sanctuary for the weavers. Collect 70 blessings from the nymphs. Walking on the chains of old space-time, you look up at the night sky. Open the treasure in the hidden spot within the Dragonborn City, Styxia. Use the Rune of Recollection and be illuminated by Orynyx's miracle for the first time. And approach a treasure chest with the Rune of Recollection only to discover it was in another space-time. Oh, just short. I feel like once I do my dailies, I'll have 10. Oh, that'll only get to us to 100. Boo. Okay, we are not going to do that because I don't want to get cut in an hour's worth of cutscenes again. Alright everyone, that was just short of 4 hours. Thank you all so much for popping by. Oh my gosh, stretch. Everyone get up and stretch. We will be back next week. Hopefully we can finish off the main story quest, which will let us work on the Seal Slammers in the last weekend. So that's our goal for next week. We'll be finishing off the main storyline, and then the week after we'll be doing this. So I hope everybody has a great rest of their evening. Get some good sleep this week, and take a moment to relax. Just rest, recuperate. We all need it right now. Bye, everyone.